Hello everyone. Indonesia is known for having many different cultures, and one of the most well known is Japanese culture. So today I would like to take you on a short journey to explore the culture of Central Java, from its tradition, art to the value that are still preserved today. My name is Devi Puspita, and this is my presentation for cross and multicultural communication courses. So before we start, there are table of content such as what culture or ethnic group do you belong to, and then where does your culture come from, and what are the unique tradition or custom in your culture, and are there any important festival or celebration. And 5 is about what traditional food are commonly found in your culture, and 6 is about what traditional clothes are used in your culture. 7 is about what value or belief are important in your culture, and then 8 is about how do people in your culture show respect to others, and 9 is about what cultural symbols, object or art represent your culture, and then why is it important to preserve your culture, and then the last slide I would like to show you my references for this presentation. So the first one is about what culture or ethnic group do you belong to. I was born in Java, so I'm a Javanese ethnicity. The Javanese are the large ethnic group in Indonesia, originating from Central Java, East Java, and a special region of Yogyakarta. The Javanese are known for their high level of politeness and gentleness, rich tradition, and the philosophical value that have been passed down from generation to generation. Javanese society is also known for its politeness and gentleness, both in speech and in daily behavior. So in this presentation, I will focus on the culture of Central Java, known as the cultural heart of Java. So next, we talk about where does your culture come from. Javanese culture originated on the island of Java and has evolved over thousands of years through various layers of civilization that influence one another. Initially, Hindu Buddhist kingdoms such as Ashanti, Mataram, Kediri, and Majapahit served as the primary foundation for the formation of Javanese culture, bequeathing various elements of art, literature, temple architecture, and belief system whose traits are still evident in the life of the Javanese people today. Following the golden age of the Hindu-Buddhist kingdoms, Islam began to spread across Java during the 15th to 16th centuries through the effort of the Wali Songo. According to Mazia and Amarul 2020, in the journal Endogamy from Diponegoro University stated that in their missionary work, the Wali Songo employ a cultural approach encompassing economic and social spreads, education, marriage, the art, and politics. This gentle and adaptive approach allows Islam to be peaceful, achieved by Javanese society without erasing pre-existing local tradition and value, resulting in a harmonious fusion of Islam and Javanese culture that endures to this day. It is this long process that shaped the Javanese cultural identity as we know it today, and its legacy continues to be preserved through the Yogyakarta and Solo place, which remain active center of Javanese culture to this day. So next, we talk about what are the unique tradition or custom in your culture. The Javanese people have a variety of unique traditions and customs that have been passed down from generation to generation. One of the best known tradition is mitoni or tingkeban, a celebratory ceremony held when a mother pregnant reaches 7 months. So according to Nuraisha and Hudaidah 2021 in the journal Historia Madania Uin Sunan Gunung Jati state that Metoni tradition is very important for Javanese society as it involves a series of rituals such as sungkeman, siraman, splitting a young coconut, and changing into a batik cloth 7 times, all of which contain prayers and hopes that the mother and her unborn child will always be safe. Furthermore, there is the Tedaksintan tradition, which is a ritual marking the baby first time stepping on the ground at 7 months after birth. So according to Wulandar 2022, in the journal Angiogamy from the University of Diponegoro explained that Tedak Sinten differs from the word Tedak, meaning it reveals the faith, and Sinten from the word city, meaning earth. So that this tradition symbolizes the child readiness to begin a life in the world. And then the Javanese traditional wedding. The Javanese traditional wedding is also one of the richest the meaning and ceremony. Japanese traditional wedding customs are also among the richest in meaning and ritual. According Journal Causa 2025 state that every stage of the Japanese traditional wedding ceremony from the siraman, midodareni, and temu manten to the panggih embodies social norms, ethnic, and philosophicals that reflect the Javanese people worldview regarding harmony, balance, and equilibrium. And then the last is about sungkeman. Tradition is also inspirable from Javanese life. This is a ritual in which a younger person kneels and touch their forehead to the hand of an elder as a sign of respect and to ask for forgiveness, particularly during Eid al-Fitr or wedding ceremony. So collectively, this tradition reflects the noble value of Javanese society, which always prioritizes togetherness, gratitude, and respect for others. So next, we talk about, are there any important festival or celebration? The people of Central Java have several important celebrations and festivals that are still preserved to this day. The first is Sekaten. Sekaten is a festival commemorating the birth of the Prophet Muhammad, held at the Royal Place in Yogyakarta and Solo. So next is about Malam Satu Suro. Malam Satu Suro is the celebration of the Javanese New Year, marked by a silent procession, meditation, and sark ritual at the place as a form of self-reflection and a prayer for safety to God. From Journal of Communication Budi Dharma University 2023. There is also Malam Selikur, a tradition held on the 21 night of Ramadan until just before Eid, during which the community light candles or oil lamps in front of their doorhams and share tumpeng rice at the mosque. And then the last is about Sedekah Laut, an annual ceremony performed by fishing communities along the coast of Central Java, in which offering are cast into the sea. According to Husia and Ahmad 2022, state that Sedekah Laut is an expression of the fishermen's gratitude for the bountiful harvest from the sea, as well as a prayer for safety to avoid misfortune while at sea. So next we talk about what traditional food are commonly found in your culture. Central Java has several distinctive traditional food rich in history. The first is about gudeg, an iconic dish from Yogyakarta made from young jackfruit that is cooked for hours in coconut milk and palm sugar until it turns brown and develop a sweet flavor. According to the journal Narasia in Kediri, gudeg has existed since 16th century and was a dish served in the Mataram kingdom. It is typically served with free range, chicken, egg, and sambal goreng krecek. So next is about soto Kudus, a unique soto from the city of Kudus that stands out for using buffalo meat instead of beef. And then there is also sate kelatak from Bantul, Yogyakarta, which differs from typical satay because it uses metal root as skewers and is served without peanut sauce, just salt and simple spice that create a distinctive smoky flavor. And then the last is about tangkleng, a sauce specialty made with gut bones and offal in a curry broth. So next we talk about what traditional clothes are used in your culture. Traditional clothing from Central Java feature distinctive styles for both men and then women. So for the men, traditional attire consists of a surgeon, a strip, a pattern shirt paired with a jari cloth wrapped around the waist, as well as a blankon as a head covering. So for the woman, the traditional attire consists of kebaya, a traditional blouse made of lightweight fabric paired with a batik or jari cloth as a skirt. And one of the most iconic elements of Javanese clothing is batik. Batik is not merely a pattern fabric but a cultural identity deeply ingrained in Javanese society. Every region in Central Java has its own batik motif that reflect local wisdom. So next we talk about what value or belief are important in your culture. The Javanese people are known for their deeply rooted values, which are deeply embedded in their daily life. These values are not merely written rules, but have become an integrated part of a way of life passed down from generation to generation. One of the most prominent aspects is how Japanese society highly value harmony, whether within the family, among neighbors, or within the broader community. According to the journal Indigenous of Muhammadiyah University of Surakarta, state that values such as harmony, honesty, respect, mutual aid, tepo seliro, tolerance, and rimo acceptance are taught from a young age to shape the character of Javanese society. In fact, this trait can still be observed today in daily life of the Japanese people, ranging from the way they speak, their attitude toward elders, to the custom of neighbor helping one another without expecting anything in return for the common good. So next we talk about how do people in your culture show respect to others. Japanese people are widely known for their politeness and high standards of etiquette. One of the most important ways they show respect is through the use of the Japanese language, particularly krama, which is a polite register. According to RV Yaningrum 2020, the Japanese language has different levels of speech ranging from ngoko for a close friend to krama alus, which is used when speaking to older people or those who are highly respected. In daily life, Japanese people also typically bow their heads slightly when passing an older person as a sign of respect. And another meaningful tradition is sungkeman, a gesture in which a person kneels and bows gently to an elder while touching their hand to their forehead. According to a journal from Iain Sheikh Abdurrahman Siddiq Bangka Belitung, this tradition embodies moral value of goodness within a framework that guide people towards spiritual growth and foster a sense of kindness in accordance with Japanese tradition. So next we talk about what cultural symbols, object, your art representing your culture. Japanese culture is rich in symbols and art forms that have shaped its identity for centuries. One of the most iconic is wayang kulit, a shadow puppet performed featuring letter puppet manipulated by a puppeteer and accompanied by gamelan music. To this day, wayang kulit has been recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. So there is also gamelan, a traditional Japanese musical ensemble consisting of metal instruments played by striking them with mallets or special beaters. The sound produced by gamelan is distinctive and harmonious, and it serves as guard function in various traditional ceremonies and rituals that are still practiced today. Gamelan also play a scar role in traditional ceremonies and royal court ritual that continue to this day. So I would like to show you a shot of me playing gamelan. Additionally, there is the kris, a traditional weapon and scar heirloom passed down from generation to generation within Japanese families. So next we talk about why is it important to perceive your culture? Culture is part of our identity and Japanese culture is one of the richest heritage in the world. Wayang kulit, gamelan, batik, various tradition, and even the Japanese philosophy of life such as nerimo, rukun, gotong royong are things that existed long before we were born and cannot simply be replaced by anything else. I myself still speak Japanese at home with my parents every day, and that simple act actually keeps me feeling connected to my own cultural. So in today's era, digital era, foreign culture enters so quickly and without us realizing it, begin to displace local cultural, especially among me, yeah, younger generation. But culture isn't just about art or traditional clothing. Culture is a reflection of the value and ways of thinking and way of life of a society that have been shaped over centuries. When the culture is lost, so too is our identity as part of the Japanese people. Therefore, taking pride in one's own culture doesn't mean closing oneself off from the world. Instead, by understanding our own culture, we know who we are, where we come from, and what makes us unique in an increasingly homogenized world. So this is my references that I use in this presentation. So thank you for your attention, thank you for your listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.